One series down and another one to go. It was Mouse Sports who came out firing on all cylinders. Chris J, Oscar combining forces with their various scoped weapons, as you can see on your screen, doing damage with those Zoom bangers and actually bringing home the victory on both Nuke and Cobble. Hi, I'm your host, Alex Machine Richardson, and so far so good for Mouse Sports, as they're going to be standing 5 wins, 1 loss in their standings coming into the 3rd week, which will, of course, kick off just next week after Katowice. Still, introducing my panel, we have Chopped and Changed. We've got a bit of an upgrade. Lauren Pansy Scott is joining us, as well as Chad Burchill. Loz Dogger. No, Dogger, we shouldn't call it. The ER are a dangerous addition.
Yeah.
Loz Dog.
Not great if you're thinking like
UK,
British.
I don't think we call
British
that the same thing anywhere else.
Us Brits are just horrible human beings.
I agree.
But if you're not a horrible human being, and you fancy playing some Counter-Strike, if you actually want to, you know, maybe be talked about heading into Season 6, 7, and maybe even 8, who knows where this one's going to go, you can compete in the Mountain Dew League. And, of course, the details are beneath, all the details on how to get involved and how to very much potentially be within this Pro League coming into the next season. Mountain Dew are kindly giving you the opportunity to do so. And talking of opportunities, you guys have also been hitting us up on social media. You guys were asked, who is more likely to go further in the tournament? Will it be, I believe the question was Virtus Pro and Astralis. If not, it was SK. We can bring up those poll results now. This was over on Facebook and Twitter. Now, I believe we can summon the results. So, it was VPSK was the question. It looks like we've got a 65-35 split going in favor of the polls. That makes sense, I guess, given the Vegas performance, Lauren.
Yeah, and it's about Katowice as well.
Good point. Forgot about that whole location thing.
Yeah, seems to do them all right sometimes.
They do well in front of a home crowd.
Yeah. They're quite quiet, though, so, you know.
Do you mean the home crowd?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're being sarcastic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Absolutely crazy. Anyway, do you know what else is nuts? Is the Counter-Strike we could very well witness. Because look at this. This is Maniac, of course, new addition, and actually has done well for LDLC so far. Playing against Astralis tonight, David versus Goliath much. Lauren, you think that's a fair summation?
I think it is. I think it's nice to see teams who are competitive coming into the Pro League.
Yes,
I think that's always a lovely feature. You know, been talking about a couple of them so far, and it's like, okay, you know, LDLC, they're not just an easy pickup. It's not like the previous times that we've seen teams coming in and it's just a little bit of a whitewash. They show that they can fight back, but it's still Astralis here.
Absolutely. Defending world champions. Now, just given that we just saw a tweet mentioning David and Goliath, Chad, why have you got the Wikipedia page up for Goliath?
I just wanted to make sure I had the storyline.
Do you want to give everyone a summary?
Well, I just like this bit. The phrase David and Goliath has taken on a more secular meaning, denoting an underdog situation, a contest where a smaller, weaker opponent faces a much bigger, stronger adversary.
Yeah. Well,
I just really like the picture. I wish we could have seen that. If we could have brought that up, is it really?
Just throwing a little pebble at him.
He's quite tiny.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a small boy.
God.
So,
recover, Alex.
No. So Virtus Pro, we will continue this strand of discussion. Before we do delve into our LDLC, you saw what Maniac had been saying. But Virtus Pro, of course, fresh off their victory in Vegas, this has been tweeted out, and this is just absolutely insane. This is over in Moscow. This is apparently Virtus Pro's new boot camp. Now, it may look real. It does look like it's CGI. Chad, you fell for it as well.
I think it's a render.
Chad fell for the rendering.
I just loved it because it was Portal on all of the PCs there.
Was it actually?
Yeah, if you clicked on the picture, I think it's Portal on every single one. Or at least it's a background of Portal.
Somebody just Googled video game when they were making it.
I'm super envious, though. Imagine that as the place that you got to practice.
Oh, and there's SK's boot camp. Boot camp is ready to receive our boys.
They're right here in Cologne.
Yes, how cool is that? They're going to be hanging out in Cologne for their boot camp ahead of Katowice. Certainly makes sense. Get on European time. Get ready.
Interesting for them to have to play some of their NA games, though.
Oh,
that's going to be tough.
Maybe they won't play tonight. Their NA
so
games.
keep that considered for your fantasy. If you're
it's too late now, boys.
Yeah, it's over. I think they're playing Rush tonight.
I've got Fur in mine.
No, I traded them out just before.
I've got Fur in my roster. Yeah, Matt's got Virtus Pro, but he's told us that 19 times already.
No, you wouldn't, Matt.
Let's move swiftly away from fantasy, which of course you can partake in, of course, at fantasy.eslgaming.com. In case you're not playing, you can actually keep track of our league. Who's winning? Someone's made, just don't sleep on Lauren. No. She's just climbed up the ranks.
Been really, really sweaty about it all.
Yeah. What's your team again?
Just NA. A whole lot of NA right now.
NA strat, I appreciate that.
It makes an awful lot of sense. Well, back to Europe, I'm afraid. I'm pulling you back because LDLC are out to take on Astralis. So now, while we do focus on the French side, you can see some of their gameplay going down. They haven't been awful, Chad. I mean, if you look at their past results, I'm seeing a fair few greens.
They did beat Hellraisers.
Two wins under their belt already.
And then we saw them against Heroic, and it went 1 each way, I believe. But yeah, they haven't been terrible. It's a weird change, with Maniac coming in. Sure. They lost XMS, who went to Envious. This team is one which you will get praised for structure and strategy and existence, using all of his pieces and getting the most of them as he can. The player who I would like to see more from is Toinu. I don't know. I don't have a French accent. Anyway, I think like he needs to get a bit more happening with the AWP. Maybe a few more star performances from him to get that going, because he's from Belgium.
Oh gosh,
I don't think he's actually French.
Let me dig for a flag. See what I can do. It looks like it's a Belgian flag.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So I know what I was talking about. But yeah, this team, it's very difficult to look for positives in this matchup specifically, because they are outgunned. And obviously experience, they don't have the same level as Astralis. And Astralis are coming off a high, right? Obviously they didn't do fantastic in Las Vegas, but they're still on that major high.
Yeah, they're on an upward trajectory, right, Lauren? I mean, yes, it wasn't necessarily mirroring the performance of the major, but I think Katowice, we saw the tweets from Dupree saying, like, we're just going to come out and we're going to defend our world champion title.
Yeah, I just want to see how much work they get to put in towards it now. They've had a little bit of time, of course, to come back, just refresh themselves and start focusing on what they have ahead of them. It's a new thing for them to be the #1 real team out there as well, to be looked up to, because normally it was like, oh, they're a threat, they're a potential, they can always do well, but everyone expects them to choke. I want to see how they deal with the pressure now that everyone looks to them to succeed.
I think there's quite a few who have been saying, Lauren, this isn't directed at you specifically,
Chad?
about Astralis being the #1 team. You said the world champions and stuff. They're the title holders of the major.
Yep.
Whether they're the best team in the world still right now remains to be seen, because of the way that they...
I just want to clarify, when I say defending world champions, I think that's
because of the major.
Because we use the major as like a gauge.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just...
Not world's best team. I think that's a different status.
Oh, is it?
I would argue so. Okay. I would say defending world champions means they currently hold the belt, as it were.
Okay.
And
I like that.
The world's best team is something that is more opinion-based.
Okay, cool.
And I think probably the argument would be towards Virtus Pro in this instance, given their Vegas performance and given what they did at the major as well. I mean, they were close to winning the major as well. So
I'm glad we clarified that for me.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I like that now.
Okay.
I get the reference more.
Yeah. Because like basically they won't have a chance to defend their title till the next major.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, cool. Right, so we should start talking maps. I think Overpass is up first.
That's the one.
That's the way I like it.
Going into this quickly, jumping over all the basic talk about Overpass, if I was LDLC and I'd watched any demos, you would have noticed how much Astralis liked hitting B at the major, and then again at Las Vegas. They loved their B hits. They like to go over to the playground area and feign a default, throw some nades, maybe get device to shoot an AWP bullet or something like that, get a person in connector, throwing the Molotov, all that kind of go gear, and then they just go back to B, they execute, they have lots of numbers there, at least 4 players, and they did that quite a lot. They were able to do multiple different executes and different styles of doing that, but I would be stacking the B bomb site or maybe going for some information plays at A if I was LDLC.
Yeah, I want to know how much work LDLC have put in. They're a team in a position where they can put that time in. It's something you expect of an underdog team. You can look up to what the team you're coming up against is going to do. Astralis, well known on this map, as they have something to look at in Inferno, in the next one afterwards. But yeah, Astralis, their approach has changed so much now with the addition of Glaive. I love the way he in-game leads. I remember talking to the team at the time when the Carrigan change came in. The stricter kind of structure really helped them out. So again, that's something I'm really loving seeing, especially on Overpass. Yeah, well, I'm afraid we haven't got much more time to talk. We are going to have to throw it straight over to our casters. There is so much more to be talked about. Maniac was so good on this map last time we saw it here in the Pro League. Let's see what our casters are saying. It's Henry G and Sado.
Hello, yes indeed, and we're going to jump straight into things. I know your pretty face is still on screen. Don't turn your head too far sideways. It will break, but it is going to be Overpass. And immediately LDLC start out on the CT side with aggression.
Why not? Nothing to lose, map. You're the massive underdog here, so you might as well see what you can do here and surprise Astralis a little bit here towards the connector. Mistu getting himself in a decent position. Got some teammates backing up as well, but Dupree, he's the master of this area, and he manages to find the head of existence, but Mistu strikes and gets one.
Back out play, baited in, finds bomb as well. Kierby falls down. Bomb flung slightly forward around the corner. Mistu gets aggressive, gets Zipix. 3 in the round. An excellent task, all things considered, considering the underdog, considering they lost the first pick. Twanu's going to fight his way out and leaves Glaive in a 1 versus 3. He has the bomb to work with, but he's not sure of which direction to go. He elects to use the P2000. Opening this door, though, Maniac has position, and Maniac makes no mistake about lining up the shot to make it 1-0 LDLC.
Mistu doing a very good job there with...
Mistu, Twanu.
Twanu, Mistu. Yeah, working our pronunciations. We don't really speak that good of French in UK, but... yeah, that's a very good pistol from them. Nice little crossfire coming in. Dupree opens things up, but Mistu bides his time and manages to nail the first headshot and gets 2 more as well. Pause comes in, and you can assume this is technical or tactical, we sometimes say, when it all goes wrong.
Yeah, the tic-tac Tactical. What was the word we had for it once?
Tactical.
Technical.
Well, it's going to be
we
a
are
pause
phenomenal
either
at
way.
what we do, Henry. We are so gifted with words.
Either way, LDLC opening things up to 1-0 and Astralis. Let's just talk about it a little bit. We didn't have a chance to give our thoughts on it. So Astralis, the current major champions, a very, very difficult team to beat. And LDLC...
Number 2 in the world.
It is 1-0 the other way around, just in case you're a little bit confused. It's LDLC that won the pistol. But... yeah, Astralis being shut down then. I think LDLC got nothing to lose here. They might as well go for it. Go aggressive, see what you can do. Go toe-to-toe with some of the Astralis players there. And so far, I'm not on the server this game, so I can't really give you much information. But
it doesn't really matter, Henry. There was no bomb plants.
People like to know.
There was no bomb plants. I imagine there'll be a pistol force on the terrorist side. Maybe grab some Tech-9s and try and rush it toward a site and get a bomb plant.
Good music to kind of keep us.
Yeah, it's good insight.
Up,
Do you want another incredible prediction from me this game?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not giving you one.
Do you think LDC can you make this close?
Yeah, maybe. I think they can, but
well,
I don't know if they will.
We're up against Tech-9s in the next round. I feel like this 1-0 maybe won't last too long. This is like one of Astralis' best maps. Like if you think back to some of their great victories throughout the ages, this Overpass comes to mind. They've had some big stomping of this map, especially last season of Pro League as well. They even have that fun strategy when they stack 4 towards B and Zippix by himself.
We still don't really know what that's all about.
No, but that's when you know they really get into the zone and they don't really care anymore, and they know they're going to win. And I think we saw it in the season 4. I think we saw them actually close out a game with that setup. We finally saw it come into fruition, and. There we go then. There are still 10 players on the server. Starting to move around a little bit now. I can see the little bar there on the screen. See a couple of UMPs, a couple of M4s. Pretty standard stuff for LDLC. If you can get a 3-0 here on the CT side, maybe there's some sort of potential just to make it a good game. I don't think there's a world where they can actually win this one. But Maniac, to be fair, yesterday, I think they played against Heroic on this map, and he was very good, actually, going up against on the CT side especially. Actually, he was one of the players that surprised me. I never really rated him as a top-tier talent, but he actually looked very good against the Danes.
What do you think about Maniac and Existence being reunited after the dramas they had?
It's a weird one, isn't it? I think it was more of a necessity. I don't think it would have necessarily happened organically. But obviously, they've played with each other before. Titan was always a weird one, right? Obviously, with the... I don't even pronounce it. The Quali? How do you pronounce it?
Quali?
After that happened, it's really difficult.
KQLY?
It's really difficult to really have any kind of fond memories of that lineup. Obviously, it's a bit of speculation.
Titan said that was what killed the team.
Well, yeah, it's expected, right? How can you have motivation after that? So, wow.
No, but I mean the organization said that, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, how can you get sponsors after that? Like, they set such a bad name attached to it all, and I think they lost Razor at that point as well.
They had a year to recover.
Yeah, but like it never did. I think that's the point. Like, they never found financial backing, and it never really worked out. But yeah, I don't think Maniac would necessarily come in if XMS didn't leave. It's just like, okay, well, we've got this guy ready to go, free agent. He was actually in Rogue for a little bit, right, with Cadian.
That's true.
And that kind of fell apart as well. I think that's still going. He was removed, I should say.
Yeah, I think that is correct. I think you are correct in saying it, but we're back underway. Mr. 2, he's going to head out toward construction. Carbon fiber on his UMP makes it more accurate.
Lightweight.
Gotta be lightweight. You've shot a few guns. You're a pro, from what I understand.
Yeah, somewhat. I have fired a gun. Not sure if it's accurate. Just down a firing range.
No target?
No.
They wouldn't give you one? Or you just didn't hit the target, so they told you it was none. Dupree opens the door, gets missed 2. It's going to be immediately Molotov'd off by Maniac, so pistol starting strong for the Astralis side. A minute 12 to work with as well. Glaive is the one with the bomb. They have forced into this Tech-9's Deagles. Armor as well for everybody. Head armor for 3 of them. Glaive and Zippix deciding to go for the Henry G style haircut and leave their head exposed.
5 and 4. Mr. has gone down, and this is what we said was a possibility. Astralis very good on this map, and that's opening it up with that frag with the Tech-9 and give that to Eagle, but Device by himself towards A. That's not necessarily a problem him going down. His teammates are waiting to strike towards B, but they've been flashed out, and now Alex will be facing towards Monster Tunnel. Spots a couple, so that'll be the call for the teammates to come start rotating in.
Shot from Kierby on the way through, though. Tech-9 again, run and gun. It's Maniac found and downed. It's Alex that has to step up. Twanu does the same. Alex gets that 3rd one without even realizing it. Last bullet out, catches Dupree in the face.
Yeah, he'll take that all day long. So after losing that first pick, Astralis actually sending Device towards long A, and not really getting much done at that point, and they funnel themselves back in towards the B side. One flashbang came in, that slowed everything down, and Alex getting a lot of information with the Monster Tunnel face, and Unfortunately for Astralis, once they went in, he mowed 3 of them down, and that's a 2-0. And LDLC looking very promising to get the 3-0 going into this round. Nothing really invested by the terrorists. A few PT50s, no nades, and now a chance for Existence to use that MP9. And Alex as well, to farm a bit more extra cash with these SMGs.
Believe with the Glock in hand, we'll wait at the park. Rather the party. I thought he would have been spotted up from Existence inside of the stairs. Okay, maybe he did, because he went down, grabbed a nade, walked back up, and just fired upon Glaive's position, so it all works out in the end. SMG kills aplenty for Existence as well. I have to make sure I call him Existence and not Exist. I always have that inclination.
That's understandable. Well,
Is it, though?
not really, but
Is it acceptable?
it's acceptable.
Good wraparound play from a monster push for Maniac. Wraps in to find Zipix, and it's 3-0 LDLC fairly swiftly, I have to say, as well.
Yeah, and no AWP available for Device. He's normally, like, this is one of his home maps with AWP, because that's where he showed us how powerful he can be with that weapon. But not going to be available to him as we go into round number 4. LDLC giving themselves a better rounds to work with, and Twanu does upgrade towards the AWP in the last minute, well, the last second, I should say, yeah, to see whether he can get this first pick. Existence going towards the connector once again. And now then, straight off.
Yeah, smoked off, tries to spray through, can't do anything of it. Mistu's going to, meanwhile, throw the nade toward the short connector into construction. Poses himself ready with a smoke as well if he elects to cover that off once more. Yet to see much pressure out toward this position long, as Twanu is forced off the flowers with a quick flash. Very standard play, but doesn't elect to grab the preemptive strike. Fired into it, but couldn't land it. And the AKs will now probe out toward the lower position. They're just getting map control where available. Mistu's to spray through, that's fine. But Astralis have now cleared connector and have some availability to them on the map. If I'm not mistaken, and the position is quite interesting right now from Existence. He's put himself in behind the flower pot. They're going to make some noise. If he gets flashed in from Twanu, or even this, baited in with information, that's not a bad spot to be. But thankfully, for Astralis' sake, all but one have left this position, and it's Device that's going to walk back away from it. Existence is going to know that he's come up close and then not done anything with it. There's going to be noise and notifications over at B. It's an early rotation, leaving the 2 on long. But how fast can they get on the flank? And Mistu aggressive again. So LDLC trying to take advantage of the aggression. They spray in, can't quite land it, do some damage, but don't realize that he's in behind the bags. Meanwhile, Maniac's gonna rotate back. Mistu, he's still inside of the smoke. Dupree gets him, but it's the nade from Alex, more importantly, that finds Zipix as they smoke their way into the site. And Alex continues to be an absolute menace inside of the water position. Finally downed by Device, but it's Existence on the flank. The man from long is going to shut this down.
Yeah.
Device has 8 HP in 8 seconds.
Yeah, and the incendiary on the bomb as well. Nothing they can do about it. Astralis, it was quite equal up until the point they really committed to the bomb site. Alex picks up 2 frags once again. Existence, intelligent play, drops the bomb carrier down and gets the incendiary on top of it as well. 10 seconds remaining. Nothing Device could do about that. And 4-0. This is starting to get a little bit interesting. LDLC, they said in the pregame, it's David versus Goliath story, and Astralis actually feeling a little bit of pressure here as we go into round number 5. Tech-9s, PD50s, not really much to work with whatsoever. As Dupree quickly works towards that connector position. Mister will be using the nade towards short, seeing if there's anything available to him, but won't be landing that grenade just yet. You can never discount Astralis in these sort of rounds, especially when a couple of players have Desert Eagles. To be fair, only Glaive does this time. I normally get a bit excited when Dupree picks it up.
It's true. Duper's a man. He's the man with it. Dupe. How's that word? I don't know. I had a clever one the other day. I'll come up with it. I'll save it for another time. On land. Henry. Device, meanwhile, close to the P250, gets absolutely obliterated. LDLC is looking very good on Overpass, I have to say.
Yeah, well, this is what I said. They're against Heroic. They look pretty decent, and it's a clean sweep as well. Twanu, he gets 3 with the AWP. Existence joining in as well. And Twanu is yet to die. He's on 9 for 0.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, after 5 rounds, not bad at all, especially
That's when I
against
pressed
Astralis.
F12 and screenshot it.
Yeah, you know the buttons now. You're learning them.
I learned them.
Nice.
Someone told me yesterday. Can't remember who. Not a very memorable person.
Device with the AWP. He'll be actually showing up with his weapon, challenging towards middle, but not going to find anyone just yet. Once again, Existence makes its way towards connector, and they're all for now in the more traditional position of that flower bed, looking for the first pick. Take a shot, fall back towards APC. He's holding a line for now.
Kirby, meanwhile, into the party position. Gonna send out invitations to see if anyone wants to join him for a drink. So far, no one even close by. The good news is if I was gonna have a party, that's not a bad position to do it because the bathroom is nearby. As Device will slowly, you know, if you eat too much cake, as they'll slowly look toward long with the AWP. Twanu's already pushed back, but Kierby this time has a lot more ground inside of the bathrooms to work with. Again, they go for that setup with Existence up close. And the bait in from Twanu, so this is something they want to continue to try and use. And not a lot of teams do it exactly in this fashion. It's a little different. This, however, foils it all because there's one. Oh, where's the, oh, look, oh, take the far, take the close. Bye-bye, LDLC. The best laid plans of mice and men get laid to rest as Kierby is able to sneak in from behind. It foils all plans that have been masterful thus far. Good kill from Alex, who continues to look strong. But Twanu finally does die, and immediately LDLC's backing away.
Well, you could see what LDLC had in mind there. It was Twanu just backing up Existence normally in that one and done position, and they get caught horribly by Kiabi. He makes his way all the way up towards the A-bomb site and actually finds 2 in the back. So that's actually going to be the first round for Astralis to pick up here. It's going to be LDLC desperately trying to hold on to their weapons, but it looks like Mistu will be the last remaining player, and he'll be hunted as well. But he finds Slave. Device and Co needs to be very careful here, because if they give away these 2 weapons and lose the next round, they could find themselves in quite a heavy reset position as well. But Dupree, he manages to find the final frag there. And indeed, the first round for Astralis. It's not the scoreline I don't think anyone is expecting right now. 5-1. LDLC are on the favoured CT side. But a chance now for Astralis to get into this game. They managed to recover the AWP as well. As we go into round number 7. Also in the hands of Twanu, who is holding defensively towards long. That's the first time he's died. Into the hands of Kiabi.
Tis indeed. Twanu, though, does go back onto the AWP, as you mentioned, with Device to do the same. Kierby walks out, nearly lands it.
Dupree seems to be the one that hits that all the time. You've got to be very brave to make that jump against Astralis.
Well, it's going to be Mr. 2. Oh, peeking out aggressively, nearly caught as well by Kierby. Inside of Cubby, smoke in hand, but can't do anything with it. Backs off, nearly gets taken down in doing so. 46 HP. Throws it defensively as a result on the sandbags.
The CTs for now do have 3 players on the B side of the map. Alex thinks better of it and falls back. It's Twanu in Existence, this time holding a little bit deeper towards long A. Not going to be exposed towards that A side of the map. And Maniac, we said he was very good yesterday against Heroic. Perfect utility usage from the CTs, but it's not going to stop Astralis. They do commit towards B.
Stu spots a gun barrel sticking through, though. It's Dupree that goes down. Kierby's able to sneak in behind him, but only for a second as Alex trades it. Glaive does the same. It's left to a 1-man advantage for Astralis to work with. Last time they saved, do they do it again? Existence, ever closer to the squeaky door, has a crosshair directly aimed toward him, and Device makes no mistake about it as the door opens. That will signal Twanu to try and walk away. I'm surprised Device didn't hit it, but it may signal enough for him to save the AWP.
Yeah, well, they know he's got it. As he falls back, you can see the terrorist actually trying to pincer him in here. It's going to be Device coming in first, and let's see where we can nail the shot. Actually upgraded to the M4, I guess what I say upgraded for this scenario is better to chase him with that weapon, but Twanu isn't missing a beat right now. Hitting 2 headshots in a row. The AWP might just finish things off as well. He won't win the round, but he certainly has dented the economy. The no-scope doesn't work out, and Glaive manages to recover the orb. So at that point, Astralis still keep their money rather modest, but you can see on the screen right now, LDLC don't exactly have a lot of funds either. So Astralis for 2 in a row. As we enter round number 8, it has to be an eco, maybe a little partial buy or a force buy from LDLC. They're going all in. UMPs and 5.7s. Like we said, we know the money's weak for Astralis, so you might as well take a bit of a gamble here, see what we can do.
Twanu's a little bit closer this time toward bathrooms in itself. Device, meanwhile, waiting for a push that does not exist. As the UMPs play back closer onto the site. In fact, Twanu, in behind the yellow boxes, is going to wait and see if they go for default plant onto the A side. Glaive with an AK-47. Starts to clear underneath with Dupree. They'll cross and converge just to make sure no one is down below burrowing into the little nooks and crannies. Mistu, meanwhile, on top of the site, has 5.7 only to work with. CT-sided pistol only. So smoke goes out all over the map. They've cleared every position, Astralis, trying to figure out what they can find in this situation.
Well, so far so good for Astralis. Not really much waiting coming the other side. A couple of UMPs and those 5-7s, but Existence getting flash through. We saw a lot of this yesterday, but he's ready this time and going to find that first man advantage. 35 seconds remaining. Twanu trying to do what he can now. Could actually get a little bit interesting. If he strikes correctly with this UMP, oh, he just looks away at the wrong time, unfortunately for him. That should be the round concluded, unfortunately for LDLC. Some interesting moments there at that point, but two players waiting on the site. Deny the plant. It's sort of last chance saloon, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Trying to do what he can inside of the smoke. Does do some damage onto Kierby, looking for a little bit more. Tags him down to 32. But it's Glaive to get Maniac. The AK immediately as he retreats. The pistols do manage one more. And if they can keep them near enough to the bomb, they might be able to take down a few more rifles. The CTs, LDLC, if Astralis' side, as they start to get momentum as well. It would be a decent task. Nice shot from Alex, no kit. But Device is waiting to try and pick up a kill, misses the shot. That's gonna bring the pistol back into play. Device has to be very careful. This could take him down as well. He's gonna try and get away. He's on 57, he should be fine.
Yeah, well, Alex does manage to save a 5-7. Oh, I say that, it goes down. He had body armor as well, so that could have been valuable for him going forward, but unfortunately that should be the eco for LDST at this stage. Alex certainly keeping the money low on the Astralis side. They can't actually allow themselves to start swelling at this point. They get 3 rounds in a row, but reinvestment's gonna cost them quite dearly here. So LDLC won't be forced behind, but they do get Maniacs and body armor at PT50 and a couple of deagles here or there as well. So then round number 9, Astralis starting to get back into this game after the 5-0 deficit. Dupree, like I said, he's very good at this shot. He's about to attempt it. See, he's jumping into his crosshair, not going to have the opportunity this time. And maybe he'll just walk into the B side.
Dupree, UMP. Starts to push from sandbags. No utility down. He's going to go alone. Try and solve the riddle that is LDLC. Stacking up inside of B. Kierby gets a trade back. Xipix will follow it. Mistu the only one left on top of the site. The rotation has to wrap around from the A side. The last remaining player is Twanu. That tagged Kierby through the wood. That was a nice dink from that range.
Certainly
Actually, I think that was clean because he's on 27 from that range at a B250. That was certainly clean.
5-4. Well, we can get the AWP out once again. Could give it a double if they really wanted to. I don't think they will. Twanu is more than capable of patrolling this map with the AWP himself. And only 1 kit purchased so far. And that's going to be in the hands of Alex. So, Device back in the AWP. But you can see the money still hasn't really got out of control, considering that's 4 rounds in a row now for Astralis. But LDLC starting to feel the burn a little bit now after having that great start. Things starting to subside a little bit for them as they are on the favoured CT side. And do KRB, okay. Once again, fast towards B. They have no fear to challenge this position whatsoever.
Dupree. Just trying to spray through. Has to be careful not to give away his position because Mistu is on the other side of it. Could easily figure out exactly where he was. Meanwhile, it's Xipix that's going to work in from Monster. And as he does so, Maniac's behind barrels. The question is how much utility gets expended in that direction. In fact, none. Completely open. Xipix going to go down inevitably as he missed the spray. Dupree's able to trade Maniac, but Mistu's to sneak around him behind. It's the smoke to conceal. And Alex to set a crossfire. This could be big plays right now coming out, but Astralis seemingly have solved it. And bomb will be planted inside of the smoke. Mistu has got him behind them, though. No one looked in that direction. Kierby, and a missed shot from Device, goes down. Wide peak, runs out of ammunition. Device able to hold true to leave it down to a 3 versus 2.
Up to Twanu in existence with no kits here, and Dupree makes it a 3 versus 1. Twanu going to be falling back and submitting at this point. It's going to tie things up at 5-5 after the fantastic start. They haven't found anything here in that B-side execution, working very nicely, especially for Dupree. He finds 2 kills, and now it's up to him to find the 3rd as well. I'm going to say he always guarantees it. Could have been the no-scope from Twanu, but not meant to be as we enter round number 11. Another eco, it seems, for LDLC. Can certainly partial buy into this one. It's going to be maximum loss bonus picked up by them. They're actually going to force this, you know. Okay. I wouldn't say that's required at this stage. Like I said, maximum loss bonus, take some deagles, and then now to get a 6-5, then get back into it. This one limits them severely going forward. We'll see what they decide to do. 2 Famases, 3 UMPs, and existence alone towards connector.
I'll smoke down into the hallway. It's Dupree. Waits on the far side of it. Flashbang ready as well to try and repeat that and get into position, but a tie game on 5s after a great start from LDLC. You'd hate to think that's where it ends, that it was strictly momentum, because they looked quite tactical to start this off, but Astralis They've adapted, sign of a great team. Flash effectively rendered useless. It goes above the train tracks. I'm not sure what the intended effect of said flash was.
Well, they have to go aggressive here, backs to the wall.
I think I know what the intention was. It blinds the train driver, he crashes, and everybody just dies. That's the end of the round.
It's a good theory.
Thank you. I thought of it all night. Missed 2, though, has gone very far forward toward T-spawn.
Yeah, he's getting some good map control here in terms of what they had to do with the weaponry. Actually works out quite nicely for him. Picks up that first kill and managing to maybe upgrade to an AK-47 as well. He does indeed. A chance to actually win this. Questionable force buy as they have the man advantage.
Swings, finds one. Glaive gets him back immediately. Device wins the battle on Maniac. It leaves Existence inside of the site. They're going to go for a clever boost above Optimus Prime. But jumping up in the fashion by which they did reveals it before he's in position to peek. So Existence immediately falls back down. Default plant gets in place, and it's Glaive and Zipix. So Glaive just missed 2 remaining. And he's gone now too. Device, good shot. Stepping up now with the AWP. He's getting rolling. Scary thought if he's rolling on the T side as he is. 8 kills for him. 9 leads the way on the team. It's Dupree.
I think we have a pause coming in after losing 6 rounds in a row. LDLC will just be slowing things down at this point. That was, just, like I said, going into that one. They didn't necessarily have to force by that one. They managed to get 2 Famouses and some UMPs. Missed doing a decent position, finds a first frag, but wasn't enough to pick up the round. And now then, it's going to be a 12. Tactical pause comes in, and we'll work out whether they can get back into this one. Astralis running away with it in the last few rounds. And that's to be expected. This matchup doesn't really balance out on paper. I don't think you can really visualize a LAN tournament at the moment where LDSC could actually find themselves up against them. But here we go then. A chance to breathe and calm down. 5-0 turns into 6-5 very quickly against a team like Astralis.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a decent performance, but it's 5-0 off the start as well, which does lend itself to the fact that momentum was at play. I have to say they played the anti-ecos quite well. They were assertive, they were aggressive, they were disciplined toward long A, but now Astralis, like I say, has adapted, and they're starting to be a little bit more dynamic with the map. They went toward A in a few different rounds late, but they've been able to execute onto B, and actually a few times even just walk in and find the picks. The gunpowder on Astralis clearly is significant, as I think no one would dispute.
Yeah, well, we have to remember as well, LDLC just lost one of their stars to Envious. There's XMS, of course, and this is why Maniac's come in, who was very good against the Danes, been pretty quiet so far in this matchup. And we're all expecting the Astralis victory here. That's no disrespect to the European lineup.
True.
It's just they're the current major champions. LDLC are just about in the top 30, I think, so it's not really like a matchup that really works out on paper.
No, it's true, and XMS joining in with them was the replacement for what was going to be Devedek. And it meant Maniac left Rogue, after which time Assembly was involved. Devedek played at Assembly. Neither Maniac nor Devedek's teams were able to make it into playoffs. It's kind of an interesting time, and then within 24 hours, there was
that's
a
the
whole
event you
bunch
went
of
to
trades.
without me, wasn't it?
That's, yeah, that's right. Sorry? The event I went to?
Without me.
Oh, without you, yes.
Yes.
Yes, you were busy doing stuff.
Just
And
stuff,
things.
real life stuff, the boring stuff. But it's tactical pause has gone on quite a while. I think in this rule set you're allowed 5 minutes total. So we'll see what happens here as we go into presumably the eco for the CTs. Are we holding up in spawn? Dancing a little bit with their weapons out, and there it is. Yeah, okay. So partial buy. This is what they should have done before, in my opinion. That buy wasn't really getting me exciting. Astralis playing great right now. I don't think 3 UMPs and a couple of Famouses and costing yourself the investment in the next round. You almost gave them a free round there, but let's see what they can do with the 5.7s and P250s as we get into round number 12. No kits available. Twanu, of course, the Overpass. He's down to a Deagle, no body armor. And in terms of a stack, quite a focus towards the B side of the map, and you can see that it was Twanu trying to make something happen there with the Desert Eagle. But Dupree, he's having none of it. He takes on Mistu to kick things off there. And when he was their nemesis in that pistol round, he gets a little bit of revenge.
Dupree's going to wait with the AK. Glaive will rotate back around, and LDLC have fallen flat. B site they look to approach with Mistu already down. It leaves Maniac and Alex alone inside of the site. And I know that Machine's not great at CS, so I hope Alex really is.
He's pretty good.
Alex or Machine?
Is this a joke or?
Yeah, just playing on it, you know?
Okay, all right.
Just having fun. Double smoke out toward Catwalk. I'm not sure that both are needed in that sense. I'm a bit curious to see. Okay, so I guess they do spread them fully over to jungle. They cover off the entire point of view from the CT side. Its existence now gets limited as well with a Molotov. He's going to have to get forced up on the boards. They drop down instead, have no vision as such to the approaching terrorist players, and Dupree and Glaive able to converge to leave Twinu in the back lines alone in the jungle.
Twinu up against it now. 4-on-1. Desert Eagle, though, not really much he can do with this one, and so far, LDLC, that tactical pause doesn't really work out for them, but they did this yesterday as well. They take their tactical pauses at strange times. When they have the opportunity to buy weapons and stuff, they don't take them. Then they take them when they have the ecos. And that was actually something that Existence was known for, and Source especially, and towards the beginning of CSGO, when these had timeouts would come in, he'd actually, on his full ecos, he'd just sit at T-spawn with the Glocks and stuff like that, if you remember. Not sure if you were casting that
there
point.
you go. We didn't see it. Dupree hit the shot
happen?
that he loved.
I
He
wasn't
nailed
looking.
it. Opened the door and smoked
The moment
it.
I'm not looking at the screen, okay.
It's fine. Carry on. You were making a point. I got distracted because you do love
I
that.
don't know if you were casting that point. When Existence ever took his tactical timeouts, he wouldn't do them. He would actually just sit in T-spawn.
Yeah. Exist used to try and copy him and mimic those as well for a while.
He did that in Source,
IP.
and we could never work it out. They did it in scrims all the time. We're just like, why are they doing this? Now, after commentating, I realized why they were doing that.
Yep.
I thought it was just like they're just trying to waste time or something. I didn't really
BM.
know. Yeah.
It's clever tactic. I mean, it works if you're on an eco round, but the one thing that I would dispute versus Source or 1.6 even to now is that eco rounds are far more winnable. So you might want to try and play the force buys a little more frequently. I guess with the new timeout rules, you're going to call them because you've got frequencies of timeouts available. With the old timeout rule, which we had at Masters, maybe you throw one in there occasionally if you've already burned your timeout or it's really early in the game. Meanwhile, though, Twinu picks up here. Be careful, Dupree only gets one, falls back at Existence inside connector. First time, Astralis have elected not to clear that out on their attacking side. Pretty much every other single round since round 6, I would say, they've cleared it up. Maybe even the first gun round as well on top of that, but definitely from round 6 onward they have been. As Glaive takes down Alex. A smoke will land front bathrooms to give Glaive the chance to plant. It leaves the HP low for the LDLC side, but they've got a flank in play. And progress to be made on top of the site as Glaive's going to hold off toward the stairs at Dumpster. Existence will be the first to approach. And it's Twinu that does pick up Zipnix. So they know now a flank is there. Default becomes a worrisome problem because they're inside of the site. Molotov forces Glaive. He's going to go down to it. Couldn't find an opening to play as he looked toward the bank stairs. It's all down to Device. Finds one already. Diffuse tapped by Miss He goes left. Scoped in. Device can't find it. Flash goes over. 8 HP. He just has to stay alive, but Molotov's going to do it. Tick him down, and 2 Molotov kills. LDLC will take back the site just barely.
If they didn't have that incendiary, that could have actually gone against them and have been an absolute blunder there. But for the first round, after losing 7 in a row, LDLC get one on the board. And unfortunately for them, it's been quite a tricky scenario. Only 2 players surviving. I think the money's okay. They'll be able to get a full reinvestment coming forward. Okay, a little bit weak in Existence goes down to the Famous. But Astralis have picked this one, almost guaranteed to get the 9-6, and a decent recovery as we get into this one. It's actually quite a nice play from LDLC overall. Focusing the pressure towards short and connector as well. That's where a lot of the Astralis players like to focus their efforts, and Zipex this time, he'll be challenging that position once again. Will be called out. Maniac actually pushes towards Monster, but Zipex, is this a free kill for him? Yes, indeed it is. Maniac, he can't be posting big numbers. It feels like he's dying first quite a lot of the time.
Zipix waiting down the tunnel, has missed 2 in front, looks away at the wrong time, but recovers. Great reactions. Meanwhile, swinging back over toward Monster Tunnel, it's Alex. He wants to try and seek. He sought him out, but can't find the angle, and Alex turns around to find Kierby instead. That gives them a fighting chance in the LDLC side, I have to say. Still, though, they are down. Bomb back toward T-stairs. It appears as though Glaive is going to grab that. Question is, where does he go with it? Because that's one who just brought this back dead level. I would suggest it's B. That'll confirm B. Nice shot through the smoke by Zipix. And Dupree will lead the charge. AWP over toward A. He's going to get toward the window, but it's Existence inside of the site. And wants to take advantage of the smoke down. Jumps up as everyone normally does to play top pallets on the end. Approach, flash through, blinded off. Rather than waiting, he goes through. Twinu hits one with the AWP. But Existence was found first by Glaive. Speaking of, he plants the bomb, and Glaive immediately gets the kill after. 8-6 for Astralis.
Astralis, like we said, if they win that round, it's almost certain they're going to get the 9-6 at this point. Towards B they go once again, and it's LDLC with the interesting push towards Monster. Like I said, Astralis normally focusing towards that short pipe and looking at that first jumping shot. Maniac knows that, but he couldn't actually find the positional control to take Zipex down. He finds 2 frags to kick off the round, and now number 15 comes in. 2 UMPs, some pistols, very unlikely, and Matt's a little bit disappointed considering they had the 5-0 start. They only pick up 1 round after that one. Astralis, once they got rolling with the terms of the money, they seem to be giving them a bit of a masterclass here in Counter-Strike. So the scoreline a little bit misleading, to be fair. If they finished this half, you'd say LDLC, they must have had a great game in the gun rounds or something like that, but they actually opened things up very well and couldn't really recover at that point.
Miss2 starts to push back up again with the 5-7. Alex alongside with the UMP. It's one who has the other weapon. Seems like those two are the hired hands in repetitive rounds of this situation in stature for LDLC. Door open, a line of 3 in front, but can't connect the dots. And as such, everyone stays alive. No damage exchanged into the CTs either. And Astralis coming out far worse for wear. And Civic's down, and now Glaive as well. Bomb dropped. Twanu turns back, tagging to Kierby, but only gets him to 80. Molotov will hold existence out of place on stairs. It's Miss2 that's going to flank in behind. 5-7 can wreak havoc if it gets close enough, and it may just do that as Kierby starts to fade off. That might be enough, though. Miss2, oh, or is it? Because it could go the other way as well. Kierby's going to think that it's clear. Realizes now that means someone has to call from the other direction in order for it to be clear. Great awareness. Miss2, good shot. He starts to wrap around with the AK as well inside of the flames. It's going to go to 8-7. What a round from Miss2.
Yeah, didn't really have much to work with there whatsoever. There it is, 8-7. This is actually looking relatively possible. To be fair, it's Astralis getting 8 rounds on the T side, which isn't necessarily considered the favorite, but LDLC giving us a decent game nonetheless. 5-0 finishes up at 8-7. And at this point, we'll take a quick break and see whether LDLC can maybe pick up the second half pistol.
Well, we get ready to roll for what will be halftime number 2 of nap number 1 between LDLC and Astralis. We said it was David versus Goliath, but I would say Goliath hasn't exactly woken up if that's the case. 8-7 is quite the scoreline for LDLC to have.
Yeah, the stone's not quite in the eye. It's like it's hit them in the head, and they're making a bit of damage there, but Goliath certainly holding off for now. We'll see what happens as we go into the second half. Some highlights here for you. Twanu with some stylish AWP play. That was to save his weapon, but Dupree, that's the shot he's known so well for. Managing to hit that a couple of times. Zipex holding off the aggression as well. Through the smoke, of course. And this was the last round this is where things started to fall apart a little bit for Astralis here. But I think overall, they win the half, right? They'll be fine with this. Like, it's just business as usual. On the CT side, that's where things get really scary for LDLC. This with Device, he's an absolute monster on the AWP on this one.
Device gets aggressive as well. Speaking of, bit of damage done to Alex, not much. 73 HP. He's tagged down to is Dupree. Tries to do equal damage over toward Miss2, or better at Zippix. It certainly does do better. Lovely shot from Far. Miss2 goes down altogether.
Yeah, well, we do have a couple of smokes here. Existence certainly known to like the set pieces. And they'll be heading towards middle and maybe long A here as well. They haven't got a, oh, they have got a flashbang, so you can flash towards long A and try and get control here. But in the 5-on-4, the CD's not overcommitting, and they'll be allowing them to get towards the end of long. But they've got the USP, so they're fine with this for now. When the smokes start to drop, if the bomb gets planted, that's when we have an interesting situation, because you can see Alex has got a Molotov, and there are no kits available for Astralis. So Device will be challenging a little bit here towards long. And as soon as the smokes come in, you wouldn't want to fake in this scenario. You want to use the smokes to their absolute best. And here we go, final play from LDLC. Oh dear.
Ooh, that doesn't help it. Bomb already dropped. Smokes go over. Device knows there'll be more there, so he re-peeks it, takes the fight before the smokes land. Bomb dropped again. Device gets all three.
Correct.
That is just ridiculous. Oh yeah, nice strategy you got there. You forgot about my hired hand, my gun.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? As soon as he gets that first player as well, he sees two smokes coming from the right-hand side wall. He's just like, oh, there you are. Thanks for giving your position away. I'll stand in front of your smokes and just kill you all as well. Well, 9-7, I did say in the half-time break that LDLC really did need that pistol round to have a chance here. No bomb planted. They'll be force buying in the second. It will be Tech9's PT50s, a couple of smokes once again, make it 3. And quite a lot of rifles here from Astralis. 3 M4A4s, a couple of UMPs as well. And not going hyper-aggressive to start around. They're going to sit back here. They know the Tech9s don't really have much to do on this map. You need to get closer to bomb sites to cause some damage here. That's why they have the smokes to work with. And maybe working into a B split. You see 2 outside monster. Clearing out connector as well. They'll throw some smokes towards heaven. The bomb site. Send the Tech9s in first. Hope for the best. Not likely to be enough though, but let's see if they can find anything to work with. That's a smoke to block the CT entrance.
Pretty straightforward to throw. Dupree, meanwhile, spots one towards sandbags, re-peeks it out, spots Maniac. He's being careful about not overcommitting to a certain peak when he does get information, as for that reason there. Only picks up 2 kills before going down, and Zippix needs to be wary of the same fate. This expenditure of an ammunition that costs him with nothing left. That sentence made very little sense, but you get the idea. As Astralis go 10-7. Only lose Dupree in the action.
Well, this should be the full eco for LDLC. They bomb planted those first 2 rounds, and I would say it's probably going to finish in like a 16-7, 16-8 at this point. LDLC, that was their chance to win that pistol and give themselves a real sight of victory, but I don't think it's going to happen at this point. This team hasn't really been together that long, but I'd like to be proven wrong. I'm always happy to be. But Dupree opening things up. He takes down Existence. Oh, headshot coming in towards Device there, managing to get away with it just about. Decent grenade, but he will be punished by Twanu for overextending.
Miss2, meanwhile, backs away. So too does Alex. Alex actually gets inside a long, which is interesting. I say backs away. Give me a second to catch that, because he's gone through A and he can wrap to B. He may get a lot of information off of this that could be confident enough for LDLC to try walking in toward the B site. They've got no idea that he's here. Kirby just starts to look now and thinks everything's fine, there's nothing wrong with this picture. And the further Alex gets around on the flank, the better chance he has of picking up a gun and opening up the map for his team. He's going to clear out B, realize that's covered off entirely. The one last place they have to consider is here at the short pipe. And if Alex wants to peek it, we can see from the peripherals, Zippix is going to be aware of it and instantly turn his attention, does exactly that on cue, and down goes Alex.
Yeah, well, it's round over. They do manage to find 1 kill. It's Twanu to pick that up, but just a PT-15 a Deagle, I should say. As they made his way through Monster Tunnel, it will be Dupree to presumably finish the job off in style, which he does indeed. So there it is, 3-0 for Astralis. In terms of the money, all available for LDLC after the force buy here, so they can get 5 AKs, but unfortunately for LDLC, like we were saying, Device is super scary on this map. He goes really, really aggressive. He seems to be in every single position. Wherever you go, he's waiting for you, especially towards bathrooms, connector, long A, monster, short, boosted. He'll be happy to take every single position. This is one of his absolute best, in my opinion. Let's see how he kicks things off.
Astralis with an AWP in the hands of Device. Getting ready to roll. Getting up ever close. Waiting as well for Kiebi to get him further information, but it's funneling right now. Inadvertently and without actually even making contact. It's LDLC making a decision to go over toward B.
Yeah, they have to quite quickly as well. They've lost track of the entire map. Set pieces go. Flashbangs come in. Mister, you have to hit this first kill.
Doesn't quite manage it. It's Zipix instead, but they do trade evenly. That'll start to work in their favor.
Ooh.
And that certainly helps. Lovely shot from Maniac. Leaves it down to just Kiebi and Device.
Yeah, it's a 3-on-2, but when Device is alive, anything can and will happen. Kiabi, though, he opens things up. Maniac goes down. He hit that tremendous shot towards heaven. Only one kid available, but Twino, he's low. Kiabi patiently waits for Device to rotate in, and here we go then. The 2-on-2 really begins.
Existence waiting to hold the line as well from Jungle. Now has confirmation they're both coming from the direction behind. So he can look one way and one way only. The way he's looking toward Device tags him as well on the 71, but Kirby's able to slip past Twanu, and it's all down to Existence. They're already on the defuse. He's got to get aggressive, and Device just holds and waits.
Nice bit of synergy there. You see the communication. I don't even have to break that down for you, Kiabi. He touches the bomb. Kiabi holds the, Device holds the angle as well, and at that point, the terrorist has to commit. He knows a full defuse is coming in, and Device, after missing a couple, manages to make up for it. So bomb planted. Loss bonus accumulating, means they can buy, but as the underdog, this is not the situation you want to be in. 4 AKs of UMP, limited with grenades, and Astralis, their money starting to get in a decent position as well. Kiabi with 7 grand, and to be fair, they've done some damage to it, but it's a full buy for the CTs, and this sort of shot comes in. Oh, gets the flashbang off in time. He won't be able to find the first kill just yet. You can see they're a little bit cagey about the situation.
Cagey's one way to put it, but it's Glaive that waits for Maniac's position to arrive. Existence looking in towards sandbags. Glaive's got him as he reps back in. Zipix wants to push into the construction position. Kierby there as well. They're all over top of Miss2, and down he goes.
Yeah, don't see a way out now for LDLC. Astralis started to wake up. Obviously just finished at Vegas. I doubt they would have been practicing every day since they got back. Probably took a couple of days off and kind of get themselves mentally prepared for Katowice. But yeah, this is looking pretty rough now for LDLC. Starting to hit all the shots and starting to pin to the correct times. Another clean sweep round. Just the money was like, it was fine. It wasn't like getting into a crazy position. At this point, LDLC probably have to take an eco here. That was the force buy from them. Yes, their maximum state loss bonus, but as you can see, 13-7. $3,400 per player is not really going to be enough to win around against Astralis as they are playing right now. So 10k for Kiabi, and you can see that everyone else is getting a decent money. This should be almost guaranteed victory. LDC maybe just go for a straight up B rush, hope for the best. Got some smokes to work with, so not necessarily going to be the case. As they go towards middle, Device waiting for them, doesn't get that first shot.
Tries to fire one through the wall as well, but 13-7. Astralis making quick work of LDLC after going down 0-5, remember, so 2 guns, 1 since that period, and none thus far on the terror side. Twanu does get through the smoke, but Device finds Maniac. It realizes now he's about to get overwhelmed, and to compensate, Kirby gets aggressive, takes the bomb as well. That's going to be held outside of the smoke at the main door. Of the bathrooms, of course, that is, and Alex, he's picked up an AWP, but has no time to wield the weapon. But gets 2 headshots nonetheless, I give credit.
Where it's due. It's fine.
Did you just choke?
No,
No, it sounded like you said it's fine. It
Oh,
stopped. It sounded like you just
No.
literally choked.
I thought you said, did you joke? I was like, no, that would be a weird joke to me. Yes, I did choke a little bit, actually.
I thought so.
As we discussed in the producer before, my jet lag starting to kind of hit me like a ton of bricks today. So words and breathing seems to be hard today. But,
Yeah, breathing's usually difficult.
yeah, I'm working on it.
It's not something you just pick up by nature, you know, you really have to work on it.
Yeah, well, as long as you kind of concentrate, it's quite easy to pull off. But
With all that said, speaking of concentration, Twanu is very concentrated on getting an op pick to start this off. Down the lane, now smoked off, is where he looks to hold on. Device, meanwhile, would greet him with open arms and a closed scope. I remember playing with French people in Canada. They called no scopes open scopes.
really,
Yes,
that's never heard that before.
I hadn't either. But Kierby
Oh dear.
is take me to
Take it
your
now.
lead. Take me to your leader.
He's not
Take me
even
to
taken
your
out.
leader. Take me to your leader. Spots the other one top stairs, realizes it, sprays in, but goes down. Had to take one of them eventually. And does well to find two, because there wasn't much available until the very last second. So the waiting pays off. Device! Whoa, that's fast. Too fast for Alex. I'm sure he's wondering what hit him. But Dupree's gonna walk up, get taken down by Existence. Lovely shot to begin with. And Miss2 wants to try and equate that into such beauty as well. Oh, he's done it as well. They're falling apart here, Astralis. They had a two-man lead.
Yeah.
And they get caught off the mark slightly.
Yeah, they started pushing, looking a little bit too confident, but no harm, no foul if Glaive can finish things off here, which he does indeed. 15-7, and LDLC, that's the best chance they've had in quite a few rounds to actually do anything about this scoreline. We did say when it hit that 7-round mark, I thought, okay, there's not really much LDLC will do about this after being reset. And after going up 5-0, it's been back to business as usual, I have to say. Astralis looking very dominant here, and this is the kind of game we expected towards the end. To be fair to LDLC, they did look strong in those opening sectors, but Device now, since he got on that AWP on the CT side, it's been very difficult to contain him. AK has come out, but only one smoke remaining at the 1 minute 40 mark. That's not good news for the T's. And actually only got one decoy left. But Alex, he does not care. He gets that first kill on Kiabi, and maybe there are a few more twists and turns as we enter round number 8 here.
I'm all right with twists and turns. Give me a plot twist.
Here we go.
Mess with my mind. Miss2 takes down Dupree. 2-man advantage. And Existence getting closer to Device. He's just getting closer to death, it would seem.
Everyone's going to say now, run back to B, Device is at A. Quickly. It's not worth it. As he gets the first kill. Doesn't damage as well towards Alex. Glaive very good in this position though, so he needs to be careful still. Zipex will be backing him up.
Miss2, meanwhile, spraying through the boards, is going to get a jump boost from Glaive to spot against him, and it's perfectly done. Down he goes as he gave himself up, left for dead. A little lower, good shot, Maniac. Low ammunition, Glaive. Only finds one, and Maniac hits a great shot above the wall. Watch Device, bounce the Molotov. Device, oh, 1 versus 2. Needs 3 total in the round. You said he did great damage on Alex. He picked up the assist on that as well. Dodges the first flash, but catches the second one and stays alive. They've not yet planted bomb. It's confidence for Device in this, but they want to peek him and take the fight. Whoa. Just barely misses out on catching some damage into Maniac, twice in fact. Does he anticipate Twanu to be up close? Spots it late. Goes to the Deagle instead, but I think this one might be out of reach. As he does get tagged up, Device, without Maniac peeking, has a lot of problems in trying to clutch back this round.
Yeah, this should be over now. There's no real way LDLC can lose this. They can wait for him to touch the bomb. No one has to face at all. They know they've hit him. And Device, he seems like he's aware of that scenario as well. So, oh, they actually do kill him in the end. But to be fair, I think the money got to a point where it's so strong for Astralis. It's not such a huge deal. To be fair, 3K on a couple of players there. They can certainly get a full buyout with the AWP as well. But there might be a couple of limitations there. LDLC find their first round for quite a while now. As we enter number 9. Device trying to do what he could in that clutch. So you can see 4 rifles come in. Didn't have a full array of defuse kits, but they have the utility to work with. And of course the Device AWP. So let's do Molotov towards short. Designed to stop this man here. Device doesn't take any damage from it. No messing around. Pushes straight through. And they're looking towards the short tunnel now.
Maniac starts to get up close to the green exit sign. It's not red. Device with an AWP is going to stare down the doorway from a different angle this time as well. Oh, open it for him, and then he just looks down the lane if they go hunting. All right, fair enough.
We're not interested. Go away.
I don't want what you're selling me. Dupree tries to spray in, realizing that they shut it, well, obviously knowing that they shut it. To catch any further damage, Glaive, meanwhile, backing away. Great shot through the smoke, has Kirby to support with Maniac. Bomb dropped. And Glaive, standing tall, may be enough to wrap up the game. Kirby as well, and he's going to go aggressive, but gets caught off by Miss2. No need to do any more of that. 4 versus 2, sit tight. And it should be 16-8 if they do just that.
Should be. Will be.
Dupree is wondering how he didn't get that kill.
I'm sure that's the least of his worries, considering they're about to close this one out after going 5-0 down. Still a very convincing scoreline, and you feel like LDLC didn't get that pistol, it would have been a 16-3. Maybe I'm going to head ahead of myself. Here we go.
The E glitch on him around the corner, I think, because he goes for the gun drop, steps out too far. Zipix gets the kill. And it does go to Astralis 16-8 in the end. So a very convincing win considering they were down 5-0 to start.
Yeah, not really much to report from LDLC's point of view. They had the 5-0 start and really struggled to get going there. Well, as soon as the AWP comes out for Device, he shuts them down, especially on that CT side as well. So good. And Glaive as well, shout out to him, very strong on the B side. LDLC gets shut out. So Overpass, as expected, goes in favour of Astralis. And I guess at this point, Matthew, it's that time again to head over towards Alex.
Yeah, I don't like that time, but we'll do it anyway.
You don't like it?
Yeah,
well, we'll do it anyway.
Go with it.
Alex, what do you think about that game?
I think a very smart man put Glaive in his fantasy roster. Feeling good about that one. Lauren is joining us alongside Sponge. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of going to be one of those ones where we do kind of get a little disappointed in ourselves. With LDLC, a 4-0 start, you're like, okay, they've won the pistol, didn't get force bought, they win the first gun round, you're like, hello. And then Astralis go, right, time to fix up our game.
Did you have hope in the fact that David might win that one?
I thought David was at least going to get a couple of stones towards Goliath's facial region, but...
Just kind of bothered him a little bit,
because
didn't he?
I mean, is that how the story goes? You put a pebble in his eye?
I don't remember.
Something like that.
Isn't that a story about some girl that you know went blind, basically, told us earlier?
Yeah.
Muddling up the two.
Muddling up the two, perhaps, but my mythology is a little out of whack. What we do know for certain is that this Astralis team have managed to kind of stabilize a 16-8 scoreline on Overpass. Nothing really to write home about for LDLC.
No, it was a nice first half, I think, is
That's
the
a
first thing I
nice
can
one.
say.
Yeah, okay.
It looked good. The pistol was quite nice. Twani was having a decent game. But I think Henry G kind of highlighted it quite nicely. Even though Glaive obviously was quite a headline player throughout that game, thankfully for your fantasy team, Device is AWPing. If the best teams in the world can struggle to shut him down, I don't think LDLC are quite near that level yet.
Yeah, on paper it looks like it was a very competitive first half, right? You know, 8 rounds for them to get. We wouldn't expect them to be winning the half. Oh,
Sure.
sorry, they only got 7.
Yep.
My bad. But the point that I'm trying to make is because it was close. If a map like Overpass, you need to be having a very dominant CT side. So they didn't really do enough. It looked good in the beginning, but things fell apart. We saw these BX kits coming in again from Astralis. That I really like that one with the 2 Molotovs. They do one to ABC and one to, I don't know what people call that. Like
ABC. APC.
Graffiti? Graffiti.
Are you okay?
ABC.
What?
So you know ABC, there's writing on the wall that says ABC. People call it graffiti at B.
Yeah, okay.
And then the CT section. So they do the 2 Molotovs there, and then they do a weird Molotov a bit further out
These
from
are Aussie
Sandbag.
calls, Lauren.
What do you guys call it?
I don't know. Do you mean the Olaf graffiti thing, or do you mean the pillar in the middle?
You
Like,
guys
where'd you-
The
suck.
monster.
I don't even know what he means.
Right, we've got CS open here.
Okay.
Chad, shut.
Okay.
I think the okay. So
Right,
let me
take
quickly
this
just-
slide
it's
that.
just sorry guys, just 1 second.
Okay.
This is very
so let me
important.
show you why this is called ABC.
Oh, Christ.
Oh,
Do you
I
know
lost
how the
the
map
map.
works?
I'm
Just
not,
let you know.
I almost
Chad,
got
yeah.
lost in the
This
map.
guy
Hold
can't
up.
even drive a camera.
Okay. What does that say?
We call that L-bend.
Okay. Well, there's
That's
a
a
big
perfect
thing
call,
of
actually.
graffiti
That's
on the
lovely.
wall that says
Yeah.
Never
ABC.
ABC.
seen that before in my life. I've played Overpass a lot.
Well, I hope you have.
And I haven't seen ABC.
Okay,
written
so
on the
now,
walls.
so anyway, the 2 Molotovs, they land there, they stop anyone from being passive. It forces them
Wow.
away. The smoke comes in just a little bit, it limps forward from Sandbag.
Sick.
They use that to go in and open up multiple angles. Entry frag onto the bomb site and take the round. Fantastic execute by Astralis. I might do a video on it.
I think he probably will. That's great
I'm
stuff
sold.
from you.
I want to
like
watch that video right now.
I know.
Get hype.
Yeah, we'll leave that one there. Our next map features none other than Inferno. So we can go ahead and rub our hands together. Yes, indeed. We're going to be picking both Lauren and Chad's brain regarding the new release. I'm sure you guys are going to be playing lots of it in your matchmaking games, but now you get to see some pros do battle in it after a short break. When we return, LDLC versus Astralis continues, this time on DE Inferno.